Good morning. My name's Alex. I'm from Rural Selection. I wanted to talk to you today about a recent study we did of some of the top private equity and venture capital firms, which is one of the key challenges and how to implement new strategies to overcome that. So this study was based on Origination, and we've come up with 5 different ways that the top venture capital and private equity firms are using in order to originate and identify potential further investment opportunities for their business. So one of those is being proactive. So we speak to a lot of firms that utilize the usual methods, the investment banks, etc., have a little bit of a network and work on that basis. But some of the top firms are looking at this as a proactive method. So they are using various different strategies as a proactive basis. But one of the key ones that we identified was the partner model. Now, this is working with potential businesses that will come in contact with your future portfolio companies that are not a competing type business, although that strategy can work. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about today. So one of those methods is that partnership model, working with such as a law firm, a CRM firm, firms that supply services, products to your current company that would be able to, to your current portfolio, that would be able to introduce potential investments into your business. So it's likely that your portfolio businesses are using firms like this right now, and they can be speaking to it, they may be having a conversation and just putting them on your radar that, okay, so if somebody's looking for a particular investment, please can you work with us? It could be we'll make sure that all our portfolio firms utilize your service. It could be a law firm that works with particular startup type businesses and helps supporting with the setup type process, or a law firm that works a lot with mid-cap type growth type businesses, or whatever type of size it is, that you guys can have that level of investment, that level of communication, that network, and therefore have that referral basis with reciprocation on there. So number 2 is a dedicated origination business development team within the business. So this is becoming hugely popular a lot within the the more successful VC and PE firms. That they're identifying that they're measured by the companies that they bring on, that they invest in, and they grow, develop, and obviously do an exit process on. So putting a lot more time and effort into making sure that they've got the best possible opportunity and the best unicorn type business to make that investment. So a great way of having a separate team purely focused, not just on the on the full cycle process, but purely focused on bringing those investments in, passing them through the scale of the business, and having 1-2 people, depending on the size of your firm, focused on building the right foundations and building the right networks to originate as many possible deals as possible, to identify the next Facebooks, the next Ubers, the next Dropbox, okay, that are going to give significant return on investment, and obviously the benefit that gives to not only your investors, the longevity of the firm, but obviously the final financial compensation for that of your staff when that unicorn comes through. Another great way is very simple, very free, is get social media active. Okay, so posting, there's loads of different social media platforms, utilizing the ones that are best positioned for your industry, and giving content, giving information, and getting that out there. It's a bit of a minefield for a lot of senior partners, managing partners, founders, CEOs out there, but it's a real strategy that we've seen a lot of firms make a lot of results from, engaging with potential businesses and then following and utilizing the information, the content that you're passing out. One of the great things that's been done has been giving out content that helps the potential businesses that you're looking at, so that you are on their radar, you engage with them, you capture their details, you have conversations with them, even prior to them going through a process of needing to utilize your investment into their business. So, for a startup business, 10 processes to go through to get your business started and ready for growth. Private equity type industries, same again. How do you grow 10x your business if you grant card on? Utilizing your knowledge of what you guys have done, and even putting out how to get investment. What private equity, venture capital firms are looking for in order to get investment, and then you can share that with your market, and then at least they're better prepared when they come to you for that potential investment, because they'll have looked at that document and looked at that details. Just showing all sorts of things like that, blogs, posts, all sorts of stuff, and getting it out there to attract potential further investments. Another one is a great one actually, which is looking at potential deal signals. So a family firm that's had lots of obviously senior management, has been very many family based, and then they bring in a outside director. It might be that that director's got a particular experience at exits. Whatever it is, they're kind of making a signal that the business is making a bit of a change. They're either positioning themselves for growth, or they're going to be positioning themselves for a particular transaction. And you guys can identify that. You can work with people in the market that are renowned for exits, are renowned for supporting businesses to make the next step, and having that communication and level of relationship with them in order to be at the forefront to make that next move. Another one is use of technology, which is very simply put a CRM system. So being able to manage this, being able to have a system which records and has all this detail on your particular potential investment, potential clients. Spreadsheets, back and fact packets is not going to be ideal for you here. You want to be able to communicate with particular future investments. It's not going to be that they invest when you're ready. It's going to be investing when they're going to come to you for investment when they're ready. So you've got to be able to communicate with them, get regular information out with them, share the stuff that you're posting on your social media, but also being able to understand where their business is at and keep those information, keep that detail around those organisations, and then hold on to them for potential future, or write them off, so you're not going through that investment process again because your analyst has moved on, your business development guy, your origination girl, whatever, has moved on, and therefore you try and relook at that business and wasting everybody's time because it doesn't fit your model. So that's the information for today. There's also a blog that's on our website that you can take a look at for further information on how to grow your business, support your venture capital, private equity company, obviously grow and develop. Please visit www.rawselection.co.uk. Speak soon.